Good morning, friends, and thank you for tuning in to video 6, in which we actually start work on the plane. We started working on the vertical stabilizer. Unfortunately, we couldn't finish the vertical stabilizer because we don't have all of the pieces. A lot of it is on back order, but Vance knows we're waiting for it, and we're just going to be patient. Not a big deal. So, as you can see from this drawing and the amazing highlighted area that I did, the vertical stabilizer, you might not know what it is. The vertical stabilizer's job is basically to provide stability for the aircraft and to keep it flying straight. It keeps the nose of the plane from swinging from side to side, which is called yaw. And thank you, Google, for that information. I actually did have to go look it up to explain exactly what it is. I pulled this drawing from, it's in the van's plans somewhere. And the next drawing that is appearing now is what the actual plan looks like. It includes the skin, which is the outside, and you can see the ribs, which is the inside, and ribs are a pain in the butt because you have to deburr all of the little holes and all of the sides, and it is just oh so much fun. I think that's how I got a slice in the tip of my thumb. But moving on, here we are in the shop. This video is actually kind of broken up some. In the middle of the day, you'll see we go from having just a little bit of things on the table to our screen explaining where we went to, and then when we came back, I forgot to turn the camera on, and then there's a whole bunch of planes on whole bunch of parts on the camera. So coming up, there is actually going to be a word from past Tori about deburring small holes on parts of the plane. So pay attention.
This is VS17. It took us a while to find this piece because there are a lot of pieces, hence why there's a big gap in between the beginning of the filming and this. So we take this tool, the deburring hole tool thingy, and we're going to just go into each one of these holes, front and back, to smooth things out so it's easier to rivet and dimple and such when it comes time for that. So it's real easy. You just put the tool in the hole, give it a spin. You can see bits of excess stuff, shavings, come off. And you just do that. And there are about, my estimate is 173 billion holes on this plane. And each one of them gets to get this treatment.
So you'll see here that I've moved on from VS 1017 and am now starting to unwrap and deburr the spar. And Robert is working on smoothing out the spar caps, which were the first pieces that he actually cut in the whole build process. So that was super exciting. And I know I had a video of it. I have no idea what happened to it, though. It might be on the blog, but it's been a couple of days. I've slept since then, and I might eventually find it again. Who knows? Anyhow, the spar caps go into the spar to help provide stability and strength. And Robert's in the background here giving me actual reasons for things. So it's kind of nice. Anyhow, with the spar, I had to go through and deburr all of the holes, and it's front and back. And thankfully, this piece was big enough to where I didn't have to like finagle my way around getting the inside holes on the flange part deburred, because that is challenging in some of the parts, especially on the smaller ribs that we've had to do recently. The piece that Robert is working on now and has been working on for a few moments is called the spar doubler, and again, it is another piece that provides extra strength. I personally think they look like rabbits with the two pieces that stick off of the ends, and so if you hear me at any point refer to a rabbit in any of the videos, this is what I'm going to be talking about until we come across another piece that looks more rabbit-like. So, and look, more pieces have magically appeared on the table, because sometimes the battery runs out of the camera and I don't hear the dinging from it, or I'm busy doing something else. So here you can see me starting to work on ribs, and this was the first set of ribs that I started working on. They are not my favorite. I will admit it. Dimpling is still my favorite. I had to go back and keep looking to make sure that I wasn't doing something to screw things up, because that is my biggest fear in this whole process, is that I'm going to mess something up. But thankfully, we have discovered that ordering parts, if you mess something up, may not be that hard. We have no clue how they would arrive, though, and I really don't want to see that. So here's our break. Pause for science, if you will. Robert managed to get a COVID vaccine in earlier than planned, so we went to take care of that. And now we're back. It is evening time, and we've been fiddling around with the ribs and the skin on this vertical stabilizer. And in a few minutes, we will actually slow down the video so you can see how long this is actually taking real time. We had to go back. At first, we thought we were putting it on right, and then it was a little snug. We got a little bit of a bad spot in the skin. So we wanted to go back, take it all off, and then put it back on to make sure that it was going on smoothly, because you don't want any kind of flaws on the skin, because that can affect flying eventually. And we just want everything to be perfect, because like I said earlier, I want to go up in this plane. I want Robert to go up in this plane, and we don't want to potentially put ourselves or any of our friends or loved ones at risk.